People of God at Trinity and beloved friends beyond, thank you for joining me with this week's Reflections from the Other Side. This week I was inspired by the musings of Jim Burklow, who founded Urban Ministry of Palo Alto many, many years ago. He was musing about the enchanted lives of his friends who live with their 3 small children. It got me thinking about the enchanted lives that our own 2 granddaughters live. And then we went to visit them. Michael and I spent a few days with them while their mother went through knee surgery. She's doing well, thank you. When we arrived, the girls rushed to the door and grabbed our hands, excitedly showing us what they had created. As far as the eye could see, they had lined up all their dolls and stuffed animals and covered them with whatever they could find to make baby blankets. They had set out the tea set just in case we were in the mood and set up several dolls already at the tea set. They had built the castle from the movie Frozen and set it on the art table and turned on the special light in the tower. And they had hidden special presents for us in the fort under the art table from the fairies, Rory whispered. And of course, over their play clothes, they wore their favorite costumes. As usual, Rory led the way describing what everything was, while Addie followed behind, repeating what Rory said word for word, and while at the same time singing B-I-N-G-O as she tucked in the dolls and animals. While dinner was being prepared, Rory curled up on the sofa and invited me to join her in reading a book. I can't remember the exact title, but it was about a baker who owned a bakery, who was an aunt, and whose Aunt Clientele helped her to clean up a terrible mess caused by some ladybugs who were supposed to have finished baking the tea cookies in the kitchen. We couldn't wait to find out how that terrible mess would be cleaned up. Jim talked about how the children of his friends didn't just enter the world of fantasy through their books. Fantasy was all around them. And as I sat there with Rory, I realized that that was her experience as well. She wasn't just entering the realm of fantasy through her book. Fantasy was all around her, all the time, at home. Possibility, adventure, enchantment, at every turn. Jim wrote, "These children have parents who do not curate their lives. These children do not have computers in their lives. They have created a way of life that allows for the unpredictable and the unimaginable. I love that. Outside in the backyard, Rory and Addie have a playhouse with a kitchen for baking mug pies. They have vegetables in raised plots that they water and harvest and then eat for dinner. They take sticks and go around the yard and point to the dog poop, which their parents then pick up. There's messiness in their lives. And at the same time, they all keep a clean house together. They take baths. They brush their teeth. They do the laundry a lot. They fold the clothes. It's one of their favorite chores. They go to bed on time, and they get to school on time in the morning. Rory and Addie's world is filled with wonders, filled with delight and discoveries to be made, adventures to be shared. We are constantly enchanted by their enchantment, and we experience holy moments together. I want to cherish these moments. I want to breathe them into my soul. I want to crowd my heart with the timeless joy of their curiosity and discovery, remembering something I have forgotten. So I want to say to you, it's not just grandchildren. Any child will do, and pets and birds and ants and grasshoppers. Who better than Mary Oliver to teach us to wonder, to hold in awe, to enjoy and be curious, to delight. Listen to this. Every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, or the fearful, or the dreadful, or the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. O good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made of grass. Mary Oliver in another poem adds, if you have not been enchanted by this adventure, your life, what would do for you? I have become the child of the clouds and of hope. I have become the friend of the enemy, whoever that is. I have become older, and cherishing what I have learned, I have become younger. And what do I risk to tell you this, which is all I know? Love yourself, then forget it. Then love the world. Amen.